What percentage of them would you say actually know Hebrew?
Oh, most Hebrew Israelites have learned a couple phrases during their time in a religion. The longer they're in it, a lot of times the more phrases they know. The problem is if they're of the One West variety, that's the guys who are often on the corner. They usually know a version of Hebrew that is not standard. That's the nice way to put it. They call it Lashon Kodash. And for example, instead of saying Israel or Yisrael, they'll say Yasharallah. So sometimes you have to know a little bit of Hebrew to know what they're actually trying to say with their unique vowel system that Arya or Abba Bivens invented sometime in the middle of the 20th century.
Yeah, with all that, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. Salutations to the Akim and the Four Winds, preaching in true sincerity, risking their lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel and have come back to the fold, through their father. You sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. Right? This your brother Ram Yahweh with the lesson.
All right. Now what you have here is the Ten Commandments written in Paleo Hebrew. All right. And us here at Great Millstone, we through faith believe that this is the ancient Hebrew. All right. We call it the Lashon Kodash, which Lashon means tongue or language, and Kodash means holy. So the holy tongue, the holy language, is the Hebrew. All right. And we give double honor to our apostles and elders because they taught us the right way, man. You know what I'm saying? In this lesson, we give credit to Elder Apostle Ariana for his channel, GMS, Lashon Kodash. All right, you also got the brother Monagun in DC with his channel, GMS, Army of 144. All right. And, shout out and salutations to all you brothers that's diligent in the Hebrew, man. Because that's our language. All right. And I also want to give credit to the brother Menadizak Yahweh. All right. GMS Menadizak Yahweh from the LA camp, because he had a video with this Edomite come here, and the Edomite said in that clip that the Lord's name is Yahweh. All right.
Again, Don. He starts writing again. He keeps on going. Somewhere along the line here, he realizes, oh shoot, I forgot a commandment. I just went from delivery from Egypt and the house of bondages, and or slaves or whatever, servants, the house of servants, and I started right into not making yourself a idol. I started right into that, and then he realizes somewhere along the line, at what point, he looks like he continued to write, not to take up, not to uphold. Et down here, it's missing. The aleph is gone. The ta is there. Et Shem, Yahweh, the name of the Lord. Don't take up the name of the Lord. Yeshua, for not. Or to nothing. Don't take it up to nothing. To vanity. To or for.
Esau said that. Got an engraving tool, a sandblaster, or some sort of tool to basically scratch off the top line. All right, but we can still pretty much see what it says. All right, and we can still translate it. All right. The first word. Well, we're just gonna go. Read the words as we go along. All right. Anakia, I am Yahweh, the Lord's name, the Most High's name. All right. Alayaka, your God. All right. So I am Yahweh, your God. Ashar, that Ma Wataza'afyaka, which brought you Ma Arataza out the land. See, Matazarium, and it's hard to kind of read it right here, okay? Because it's kind of broken up. All right, but Matazarium, so out of the land of Egypt. All right, Mabayath, out of the house. Abadium, of slaves or bondage. All right, so I am Yahweh, your God or your power, that or which brought you out the land of Egypt, out of the house of slaves or out of the house of bondage. All right. All right. This line here. All right. It says La'ah, which means not. Yahaya, not there be. Alahayim, gods. Akaryum, others. Al, before. Punya, before me. All right. So thou shalt have no other gods before me. All right. All right. And we're at this line here. All right. So thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Right there, you seen the brother corrected it. But there's some brothers that can, hey, break it down. So call all you Yahweh Shem Shai. The water Yahweh Shem Shai. Yeah, so this is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9, right? Then I will purify the lips of the peoples, that all of them, right? Not talking about all the whole world, but all of them may call on on the name of Yahweh, right? Just like that Edomite did. He said it the right name, Yahweh, right? This is one of your experts. One of these things that this guy said that when we speak the Lashawan Kodah, it's all BS. But here it is, one of your scholars said Yahweh. All right? And they would call on the name of Yahweh and serve him shoulder to shoulder. All right? Let's see. This is a King James Version. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that I may make all call that I may all call upon my name, that all make that all call upon my name, Salakia, of Yahweh, and serve him with one consent. Right? It's just dealing with the prophets out there on the highways and the byways. But one thing that stood out to me on these other translations, like the New International, pretty much all of them, the New Living, it says purify speech, purify the lips, purify the speech. And this one says English is purify the speech, right? And then I like this one. This one says Beren standard or whatever. It says, for then I will restore pure lips to the people, that all may may call upon the name of Yahweh to serve him shoulder to shoulder, right? Which that's what we do when we're out there prophesying on the street. We're actually literally standing shoulder to shoulder, right? One consent. Yeah, so this is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 1. In the year of the king Uzziah, right? Which Uzziah is where these wicked devils got the name of Uzi, right? Where they named the gun Uzi from, right? Because Uzziah was a wicked king at one time, and you know, towards the end of his life, he basically he repented and you know, got right with the Most High. That's why it says right here, and died. When he died, I saw, right, also the Lord, which is talking about Yahushua, sitting upon the throne, high and lifted up, and he and his train followed or filled the temple, right? Because that's not all caps, right? So it's talking about Yahushua, because Yahushua is on the right hand of the Father. So you know that's dealing with Yahushua, right? And it says above it stood the seraphim. Each one had 6 wings. With 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 twain he covered his face, and with twain he covered his feet, and with twain he did fly, and one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, right? These are the angels, you know what I'm saying? These are the cherubims, right? The angels. They always speak of holy, holy to you know, to the Most High, and you know, even to his son is Yahweh, right? Right? That's all caps. Dealing with the Lord being the Yahweh this time of hosts, right? Because Yahweh shines on the right hand, but Yahweh's there too. The whole earth is filled, is full of his glory, dealing with the prophecies, dealing with in the end, you know, when you go to Habakkuk, the Lord said that his that it's gonna be as the waters, right? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Yes, right here in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 14. For the earth, right, shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh as the waters cover the sea, right? And most of the planet, what you call Earth, is mostly covered with with the sea, right? But then also, in other scriptures, the sea is representation of people, right? But you know, just giving you the gist of, you know, the water's mostly covered with the sea, and then the knowledge of the Lord is going to be in all 4 corners of the earth, technically. You know, just you know. Now go back to 3 right here. I'm just gonna start. The whole earth is filled of His glory, right? The knowledge is going to be filled, you know, through the prophesying, right? So this knowledge should be preached to the ends of the world, and then the end shall come, right? Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? We might as well get that too. It says, and the posts of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Right? Then said I, woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips. Right? Which that's what there was reminding me of that other scripture that we had read earlier. Right? Because it spoke about the lips, right? Or the language, right? of fact, let's, you know what I'm saying? Spoke about the language. Let's see where lips at. Lips.
Strong's H8193. Safa. Safa.
Safa. Lips. Language, see? So it's not necessarily saying you're going to be speaking Hebrew or whatever, but it's more talking about what? Speaking the right doctrine, right? But brothers do know the Hebrew. You know what I mean? See, because they don't know the Hebrew. These Christians, vocab, he don't know the Hebrew, nor do he know the scriptures, and he's a heathen, so he's destitute. And then of course this you know this less unfortunate soul who could possibly be an Israelite who's following the devil in his footsteps, and then he's pompous and proud about it, like as if it means something to these people that raped, robbed, and maimed you your whole entire life, and they're still doing it, right? They still don't give a damn about you, right? But hey, tell me why all of us vocab give a damn about the so-called black community. My message is to the less unfortunate and to underdeprived, and I do for the underprivileged and whatever the fuck. Well, excuse me, but it's all nonsense, man. I mean, right? Yeah, language, speech, right? Going into all that, right? Right? So then, unclean lips. It says, it's like, and I will dwell, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips, right? The language really goes into the doctrine, right? Because it wasn't like he was speaking something that the other Israelites around him wasn't speaking, right? That's why the Bible in itself was is because the Lord knew we were going to be scattered in all these different countries. That's why the Bible has many different it's broken down in many different languages, right? You know what I mean? Because the Lord knew we were going to be scattered. So it's not necessarily just talking about the language. It's more talking about the doctrine than it is talking about the language. But there are brothers that know the language, man. Period. You know what I mean? So it says, for my eyes have seen the King, right? King, yeah, which is Yahweh Shai, the Lord of hosts, right? Which is Yahweh hosts, which is the armies, right? Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongues from off the altar, and he laid it upon my mouth, and he and lo and said, Lo, thy this have touched thy what? Lips, right? Which is saying he's going to get the pure doctrine. But we do have the language too. Or some brothers are more fluent and more deeper into it than others. But that's nor here nor there as long as you got the pure doctrine, man. The lips, the 100% truth, like GMS has. And thy iniquity is taken away and thy sins purged. So this is Matthew chapter 24 verse 13. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into the end in all the world, right? Which is dealing with the Israelites, not the world as you think it as Orchimene, but the world as cosmos, for a witness unto all nations. Those nations are talking about Israelites, right? It's going to be a witness against them, because at this point all Israel's heard this, especially with the whole thing with the Kanye and the Kyrie. So all you Israelites have heard it. This is definitely went to the ends of the world at this point, and it's going to be a witness against you. And then the end shall come, right? Judgment, and we're at the brink of judgment now, right? So let's go ahead and see what this is. To get to my point, before I end up bringing up something else. Go to preach, cause right.
Strong's G 2784. Caruso. Caruso.
Yeah, Caruso, to be a herald, right? So you out here to speak. You're supposed to herald that Yahweh Shai is coming, right? And Apostle Gabar always goes into that. I'm sorry. To officiate as a herald, to proclaim after the manner of a herald. So that's basically what Isaiah said, right? That's what the whole thing with the thing in Isaiah, right? Because that's that. Well, matter of fact, let's go ahead and go back to prove that. It says right here, it says Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8. Also, I heard the voice of the Lord, right? Small, capital L, but the rest small, dealing with Yahweh Shai, saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Right? Who's gonna go? Who gonna go? Basically, speak for us. Who will go talk for us? Then said I, here I am, send me. So he says, send him to what? To herald, to be a spokesman, to speak for it. And and he said, go and tell this people, to herald, to tell, to speak. Yet to hear ye indeed, and understand not, and see ye indeed, and perceive not. Right? But the point is, he's going there to herald, to speak for the Lord, right? Right here, and then right here it says Isaiah's commission. Let's see what commission means. Yeah, so right here it says commission, an instruction, command, or duty given to a person, right? And that's what he said. Who's gonna do it for? He said, send me. Okay, now go and speak to these people and say unto these people, right? So it says a duty given to a person or group of people, right? The prophets, right? It says task. Oh, look at that. Employment, job, work, project, mission. Let's see. Responsibility. I like this one. Officer. Office. Right? Not officer, but office. And then that whole thing, it said some officiating. Right? To be what? A herald. Right? Yeah, so this is Isaiah 19 verse 18 in the Bible Hub. It says a new international version. It says in the day, 5 cities in Egypt, right, which we know that's America, will speak the language of Canaan, right? We know what the language of Canaan is, and you know how we know they know what the language of Canaan is. Look at the one in the New Living Translation. It says in that day, 5 cities of Egypt, 5 Egyptian cities, which is talking about America, will follow the Lord, right, Yahweh of heaven's armies, which dealing with the angels. The angels are supping with us, right? Via through Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. They will even begin to speak Hebrew, the language of Canaan. See? Right? So you know what the brothers were speaking was, which is Paleo Hebrew, which is the Lashawan Quadash, which we know that and he knows that. But his thing, he has to play stupid. He has to run you a narrative that, these guys, they're just making this stuff up, and look at them. It's just a cult. When cult just means to believe. What you're doing is a cult, right? You're just grape juice drinkers who don't know what's going on, right? But let's get down to the nitty gritty. You know, King James. It says, in that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt, which is America, speak the language of Canaan, which we know that's Hebrew, and swear to Yahweh of hosts, which means armies. That's where they got the other one from. And one shall be called the city of destruction, right? Right? And I like this one right here. It says you should swear allegiance to Yahweh Almighty, right? But that Almighty goes into actually being Alashaja. So Alashaja is a demon-like power. What to these heathens, right? So to these heathen, 2/3 of our own people, right? So Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. Salutations to the Akim and the Four Winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking their lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel and have come back to the fold. Shalom. Through your father. To your sisters, you Akwatium, who listen and learn, on your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. Ababa Ball.